Good afternoon, everyone. Eulogy for the late Kean. The life given to us is short, but the memory of a life well spent is eternal. Today, we gather to honor and celebrate the life of a beautiful soul who touched the hearts of everyone she encountered with her kindness, humor, love, and unwavering strength. On January 24, 1955, purpose birthed to Joseph Purcell and Gwendolyn Campbell at the Anot Bay Hospital named Tatlyn Vivian Purcell. She was such a beautiful baby that her father nicknamed her Princess. Tatlyn, along with her mother and 4 other siblings, Birchell, now deceased, P, we call Grace, Faye, and Errol, moved to Bogold, Clarendon when she was 8 years old. At an early age, she demonstrated resilience, determination, and a heart that loves deeply for people. On her educational journey, she attended the Jamesdale Primary School and the Andersontown All-Age, now Andersontown Primary. She later transitioned to Frankfield Comprehensive High School, now Edwin Hallin High, where she developed a passion for learning and a drive to succeed. Tatlyn was a Proverbs 31 woman, and those who knew her can agree with me that she was. She was a woman of strength, wisdom, and diligence, who brought value and prosperity to her household and community through her actions and character. These characteristics attracted Solomon Kean, who made her his life partner until he departed from this life 7 months before her. The union produced 2 children. Her worth was above rubies. She was invaluable and possesses qualities that are far more precious than any material wealth. Her husband trusted her. He relied on her wisdom, judgment, and integrity, and she brought him no harm. Her children saw her as a provider who worked diligently to provide for her family, seeking resources to create a comfortable, well-stocked home. She was innovative and creative. She used these skills to create jobs and earn a living for her family. She worked as a domestic helper and as an entrepreneur to ensure that her children get a solid education. To the community, she was diligent and resourceful. She rose up early to prepare for the day, managing her household efficiently, and wasn't afraid of hard work. A woman of compassion who cared for others and was always willing to lend a helping hand. To her church community, she was a woman of faith, a woman who trusted God and lived a life to please Him, a woman of integrity, honest and true in all she did, a woman of grace who was kind and gentle in her interactions with others, a woman of humility. She was not proud or boastful, but humble and sought to serve others, a woman of joy. She found joy in her work and relationship with others. To everyone who met her, a woman of strength who was able to withstand challenges and difficulties with grace and resilience. A woman of diligence who worked hard to put in the effort necessary to achieve her goals. Miss Tatlyn was a selfless giver, which seemed to be her God-given purpose. She lived by St. John 6, verses 51 to 58, and would always tell her children that they should give until it hurts. In all her giving, no one would know to whom it is given and what was given. She would tithe from every dollar earned. She understood the value of honest living through the honest work and taught her children through dedication and perseverance, anything is possible. She would go the extra mile to ensure that her children achieved their goals, even if it means sitting up with them at nights. So serious she was that she told me not to come back in her house if I'm not going to college. Her hands were never idle. She would always be doing her floral arrangements and baking. Many people came to know her through her delicious puddings. Oh, how she could cook. She would take anything in the cupboard and make it into a 5-star meal. This skill she passed on to her children. Mama was never out of ideas and would always be thinking ahead of us. If you have a project or an assignment working on, she would readily come up with the idea and ready to devise the plan to ensure that the project becomes a success. Miss Tatlyn was a lover of music and would have us listen to top 30 songs of the week and the top 100 songs of the year. She was a firecracker who loved to dance, and after she became a Christian, would love to go to concerts and rallies and would drop food for the Lord. No wonder when she surrendered her life to the Christ, she ensured that music was in the house of the Lord. It's hard to turn the page when you know someone won't be there in the next chapter. But the story must go on. Mama, your work on earth is done. And though we miss you dearly, we know that your spirit lives on in each of us. You made broken look beautiful and strong look invincible. You walk with the universe on your shoulders and made it look like a pair of wings. Thank you for your love, sacrifices, and the unshakable foundation you built for us. Tatlyn, leave us to mourn 5 children. Claudette, that's me. Debbie, we call Andrea, Carla, Tasha, and Nicholas. Grandchildren, Rashawn, Oswayne, Deanna, Kamal, Tyler, Ty, Omar, Kiara, Kay, Christopher, Shiloh, Imani, and Tashel. 2 great-grandchildren, Kira and Zaire. Sisters, Grace, Faye, Janelle, Tamar, Petal, Clover, Clovis, and Audrey. Brothers, Delroy, Errol, Orville, Godfrey, Sten, Hebel, Clyde, Lenford, Colville, Henry, and Ron. 1 aunt, 4 uncles, nieces, nephews, brothers-in-law, sister-in-law, sons-in-law, daughter-in-law, cousins, and friends. What we enjoyed and deeply love, we can never lose, for that which we love deeply becomes a part of us. Mama, Miss Tatlyn, Sister Kean, your pleasant memories we will cherish. You live forever in our hearts. Rest in eternal peace. Dance with the angels if you must. Thank you.
That was chapter 2. Tasha did chapter 1, strong and powerful. And Claudette did chapter 2. When I listened to the different tributes, one thing I didn't hear, she was a fashionable person. Nobody said that. She was a fashionable person. She knew what to wear at different occasions. And when you ask, no, we're saying no, because you never say it, you never remember. Yes, you could tell her you're going to a particular function, and you'd ask her to buy something for you. And you don't have to describe what you wanted. Just tell her the function. She was the person who would buy materials for me in Kingston. I would just call her on the phone, and I would say I'm going to a particular place, whether graduation or convention. And I would say, so how much I'm to give you? Mrs. Brown, keep your money till me come back. And when I go to collect, the things are just unusual. They look different. I can recall when I was going to my daughter's graduation in Pennsylvania, I told her I needed pieces of material to make my clothing. And when it was done, and when I went to the States at the graduation, my daughter was passing. And when the graduation was finished, she said, "Mommy, you look like Michelle Obama." I said, that was from Sister Tatlyn. She knew the type of material to buy and what to fit each situation. So, added to everything, this lady had a package. She had a package. And I'm telling, she's royal, of course. What a woman! So, her shoes are very big and spacious. I would not say it's comfortable, because this woman has been through it. So, if you plan to wear her shoes, please prepare for some discomfort, because it hasn't been easy for this woman here. Yes. And before before I call Carla, I just want to say that the community has lost a pearl. The church has lost a pearl, a gem. The family has lost a gem. But let us cherish all these qualities that we